He utterly hated Gene Kelly. And now we finally know the reason why, a revelation that has left classic Hollywood fans stunned and rethinking the carefully polished legacy of the golden age of musicals. As behind the camera, beneath the dazzling charm and radiant smile that made Gene Kelly an icon of dance and screen magic, there existed a far more intense, demanding, and often polarizing figure whose perfectionism and unrelenting control pushed co-stars and collaborators to their breaking points. And one man in particular, whose identity remained obscured for years out of fear of reprisal and respect for the industry code of silence, has finally come forward with raw and painful memories that expose the deeper tensions that simmered beneath the surface of Kelly's joyful public persona, revealing a pattern of cruelty masked as artistic discipline. And as the details emerge, it becomes clear that the hatred wasn't rooted in jealousy or rivalry, but in personal betrayal, psychological torment, and the emotional scars left by a man who many revered, but few truly knew, as this unnamed actor, who worked closely with Kelly on a high-profile MGM production, described him not as the inspiring mentor fans believed, but as an overbearing taskmaster whose standards were impossibly high, often berating fellow performers during rehearsals, mocking their movements, and demanding take after take until exhaustion and humiliation set in, with little regard for mental health or emotional well-being. And while Kelly's contributions to cinema are undeniable, his relentless pursuit of perfection left casualties along the way. And in this particular case, the actor recalled how he had idolized Kelly growing up, dreaming of one day dancing alongside the great legend, only to find himself the target of Kelly's biting sarcasm, cold indifference, and public reprimands, which shattered his confidence and led to a years-long struggle with anxiety and disillusionment. And the most heartbreaking part of the story came when the actor revealed that he had once approached Kelly privately, hoping to mend their working relationship and express how deeply the harsh treatment was affecting him, only to be dismissed with a cold stare and a brutal remark. "If you want sympathy, you're in the wrong business." A sentence that rang in his ears for decades, coloring every memory of the film and forever tarnishing his image of the man he once admired. And now, after years of silence, reflection, and healing, he has decided to share his truth not out of vengeance, but out of a desire to offer a more complete picture of the legends we place on pedestals, reminding the world that genius and cruelty can coexist, and that the shine of fame often hides the bruises left behind. And as more former co-stars echo similar sentiments, quiet acknowledgments of Kelly's volatile temperament, mood swings, and disdain for those he deemed beneath his standard, the myth of the ever-smiling umbrella-swinging dancer begins to crack, replaced by a more complex portrait of a man driven by fear, ego, and the unrelenting pressure to maintain an image of effortless brilliance. And so the hatred, once thought to be mere gossip or bitterness, is now understood not as petty resentment, but as the result of real emotional wounds inflicted behind the scenes of Hollywood's brightest dreams. And while history will always remember Gene Kelly as a master of movement and innovation, we now also remember that for some, his presence was not a dream but a waking nightmare.